Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the National Wrestling League, and we have a tag team matchup coming up for you. The Howletts are making their debut here in the National Wrestling League.
I have been so excited to see the debuting Howletts. These guys have a heck of a reputation. Very, very tough trio right here. These guys, I expect some big things from them here in the National Wrestling League.
These guys are, they say, from the greatest state, California, are looking to come into the National Wrestling League, beat people up, and get paid. And they sent a very clear message to all of our fans and to us here in the National Wrestling League when they sent out on YouTube earlier this week that they had in fact kidnapped one of our interns.
Absolutely, you know, a pretty gutsy move on the part of the Howletts, getting President Major Basin right where they want him. They want to be here. They want to prove that they are the best tag team, best unit, as a matter of fact, as you see the lovely Daniela in there with them. They're the best unit in the country, and they're here for tag team and singles gold, all three of them.
Definitely, seems like so far a force to be reckoned with. Even before they step inside the ring, it looks like Daniela's got something to say.
Kansas City, Missouri, I'm Daniela, and these are the Howletts. La familia es para siempre.
Did you get that? That's Spanish that she's speaking there.
You know what? I don't think all you idiots heard what she said. We are the Howletts, and family is forever. Now, we are here in the National Wrestling League because we heard that the best tag teams make this their home. The Silver Spoon-fed tag teams, and now that we're here, that is the truth.
Free the intern!
You know what, Kana? Go ahead and spit some more truth.
This guy makes me nervous. Both of them make me nervous.
We have a message for everyone in Kansas City, Missouri. And speaking of tag teams, we're about to bring out our first two victims, but before we get to that, we have a message for a tag team in the back that is prancing around and acting like they are the best in the world.
Who are they talking about?
Royal Blood!
Oh, that's who they're talking
We have a
about.
message for you!
We suck! And we're gonna get
You wanna know why? You wanna know why we don't suck? Because as soon as we're done burning Kansas City, Missouri to the ground, we're going back to California, and we will have royal blood all over these hands.
Strong words for
Tonight, our very presence is an example that we do what we want, when we want. We will change you, royal blood. We will change you. We will end your livelihood. Make way for the men of mayhem.
These guys are certainly serious about what they're hoping to accomplish here in the NWL. Man, I have not seen a stronger debut so far than these guys. They certainly come in with a great reputation. They're going to have to prove it against the Union.
And here come the Union making their way into the Scottish Rite Temple here tonight to hopefully stand up for what's right here in the NWL. They took exception to the Howletts' actions by taking that intern hostage, and they say they're going to make things right here tonight.
Well, you know, these guys are hard-working stiffs. You know, look at them. Joe Lunchbox is there with their overalls and everything. They probably don't shower more than once or twice a week. They're used to working those double and triple shifts, but they got their work cut out for them. Very aggressive guys in the Howletts, and you got to watch out for Daniela on the outside. I think she's their secret weapon. Those guys, she's not afraid to throw a punch either, so you got to watch out for her too.
I love these guys, the Union. They represent the American worker. They represent everything that's great about our country. They represent the hard work and dedication and perseverance that it takes to survive in any form of life, and I think they're going to put the Howletts to the test here tonight.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They represent most of what this country has to offer. If you're not very bright and you can't graduate high school, you could probably still get a nice cushy union job where you only have to work half of the time and still get paid overtime.
Joe and Mac of the Union came up with a win last time here in the Scottish Rite Temple against the Mancini brothers. A miscue by the Mancinis led Joe and Mac to the win. And here we go. We're starting the fight already, and the Howletts are jumping the Union right before they even get their jumpsuits off.
These guys putting everybody on notice that as soon as the Howletts enter the building, everybody's got to be on edge. Look at these guys wasting no time getting to the Union. Looks like setting them up for a big double team.
Oh, they collide in the center of the ring on a miscue here, and the Union have them both up in a power slam position. Double noggin knocker sends the Howletts reeling, and Marco, I think he's out on his feet. He doesn't even know where he is right now.
Looks like they're playing lawn darts right there. Huge little slam.
And Joe with a rolling neck snap here, and Mac with a big diving headbutt right to the chest. Goes for an early cover here. 2, only gets a 2 count. That was almost a quick 3 count. And the Howletts would have been headed back to California.
Would have been a very, very quick debut for the Howletts right there. I will make fun of the Union all day long, but one thing I won't make fun of is the fact that these guys are a heck of a tag team. They really have all their maneuvers down pat, and just like this one right here.
Springboard senton on Lionel, goes for a cover 1, only gets a 1 count here.
Joe is maybe one of the most deceptively athletic men that I have ever seen in my life. Look at him. He's a big, strong, raw-boned guy, but he can fly around like he's a cruiserweight, that is for sure, and you certainly saw some of it right there.
Pancakes him right in the center of the ring. Last time, look at Daniela.
So I told you.
Dragging her man to safety here. What is the referee doing? He needs to kick her back to the back. She just interfered in this match.
Very, very liberal interpretations of the rules right there. She didn't touch Joe at all. She grabbed her man and got him to safety. Now look at this. Now she's got a few words for Joe herself. I told you, she's not afraid to get involved.
Look at her. She's asking. She's begging Joe to hit her in the face. What kind of woman is this?
Oh, she is crazy just like they are, that's for sure. All part of the plan.
Drove him right into that steel ring post. Head first goes Joe. He might be knocked out for the rest of the match.
Did I tell you these guys were a unit? That is exactly what a unit does. They're all working, all moving parts, looking for the same objective. Right there, Daniela playing her part beautifully. She knew that stiff Joe wouldn't hit her.
Oh, chop right across the chest. Leonard really taking it to Joe on the outside here. Going for a cover, rolls him back in the ring. 1, 2, only gets a 2 count.
I can't decide when these guys are more menacing, if they're stone-faced or if they're smiling. Two very, very dangerous individuals. They're certainly living up to their reputation so far right here in the NWL.
Putting a beat down on Joe here. Double team maneuver here. Double hip toss, knee drop, followed by a leg drop. Nicely executed right in the center of the ring. Say what you want about these Howletts. It seems like they're functioning as a unit, like you said earlier, and that could get it done here tonight.
You don't get a reputation all around the country of being a top tag team with just a lot of BS and a lot of hype. These guys have been in the trenches and they've had to prove it. Maneuvers like that have probably brought them a lot of cold hard cash and also a lot of gold as well.
And that's what they said they're here to do. They're here to collect, almost like collect bounties on every tag team that they wrestle. And they're going back to the Sunshine State, as they say, and spend the money out there because they don't want to stay here in Kansas City, Missouri.
Listen, everybody and anybody who's anybody in the wrestling world wants to be here in the NWL. The Howletts, no exception. And they're here to make a mark in the tag team division. So far, they're looking very, very impressive against a very impressive team in the Union.
Isolating Joe of the Union, and the Howletts are having their way right now, stomping away at Joe, who's slouching in the corner. He may be on Dream Street here.
What unit? What union are the Union from? Are they the Teachers Union? Are they the Pole Dancers Union? The Grave Dancers Union? They're very vague about what union they belong to. Which one is it?
I have no idea. I've always just considered
the Soviet Union. Are they communists?
I don't think they're communists, Christopher. Pushing him back into their corner again, isolating Joe. Smart tag team wrestling by the Bruisers, the Howletts. Joe trying to fight his way out of it with forearms and elbows. And he puts a stop to that. Lionel really, sharp forearm and a back elbow right to the face of Joe from the Union. Tags in his more wild and crazy cousin, Marco.
Are they cousins? That's their relationship with the Howletts? All of them are cousins, or are they all just nuts? Or are both of those things true?
Could be both of those things true, or are true, excuse me.
These guys are dangerous. I got to be honest. I'm not.
Vicious cross faces right there, right across the bridge of the nose of Joe.
I'm not too uncomfortable around anybody. I can handle myself in a street fight, unlike you. But I tell you, these guys make me a little uncomfortable. They're very unpredictable. They're always on edge. Like I said, you never know when they're more dangerous, when they're happy or when they're mad.
Very strong words they had for the Royal Bloods earlier. If I were the Royal Bloods, I'd be nervous about these guys. They put a target right on their backs. Almost get a 3 count. Joe with a sunset flip. Almost pinned the wild Marco here. Tagging to his brother, his cousin Lionel.
I'll tell you, the Royal Blood has never faced anybody, as far as I know, like the Howletts. Not too many people have faced people like the Howletts because they're so unique. But these guys are wild. They are crazy. They just want to beat up the Royal Blood. I don't know if those guys have ever faced anybody who is more concerned with making a statement and sending a message than they are actually about winning a match.
Vicious charging European uppercut. Cannonball right into the center. And now another reverse cannonball, and Joe is hurting right now. The referee may need to step in and stop this
Joe
match.
needs to make a tag very, very soon. These guys very aggressive. Joe is, he looks like he's out on his feet, if he can even get to his feet right now. He may need to stop this match.
2, almost a 3 count. He barely lifted that shoulder off the mat. He is in deep, deep trouble at the hands of the Howletts.
Absolutely. Looked like it took everything he had just to be able to get that shoulder up off the ground. And now he's in the wrong side of town right now with the Howletts.
I guess anywhere the Howletts would go, you'd be on the wrong side of the town if you're near them. Nice drop kick by the Athletic Joe. Last time we saw him in the Scottish Rite Temple, he did a moonsault. Like you said, this guy is super athletic for a guy his size.
Absolutely. That looks like a desperation move, though, on Joe's part. I don't know how much he has in the tank. He's got just a couple of feet to crawl over to tag his partner, but I'll tell you, that feels like he's crossing the Sahara Desert, I'm sure, right now.
Oh, and Marco charges across the ring and hits Mac right in the face, preventing that much-needed tag, and there's nobody there for Joe to tag.
Smart move on the part of the Howletts. They knew the tag was probably going to be inevitable, and doing what they needed to do to prevent the tag right there, knocking Mac off the apron, and now things are back in the control. The Howletts are back in control here.
Very impressive debut so far by the bruising Howletts. They are just taking it to the Union, and the Union are a tough tag team, as they showed last time here at the Scottish Rite Temple.
Absolutely, one of the toughest teams in the Midwest or in the country as well, and they have really been taking it to these guys.
Joe coming off the second rope, high cross body. This could create the space he needs to make a huge tag into Mac of the Union.
Not as much velocity on that high cross body as maybe he would normally get, but certainly still with a big man like that coming after you, it's bound to hurt. Looks like both men down. Lionel got to make a tag. Both of them got to make a tag.
And here makes the tag to Mac. Mac getting in the ring, clotheslines Marco. Another back elbow for Marco, who keeps charging in. Choke slam into a spine buster. 1, 2.
We talk so much about guys like Lakota Red Cloud being so strong. Well, let me tell you this. Big Mac here from the Union, one of the strongest guys you're ever going to see inside this squared circle, and he showed it with a move just like that, although he's paying the price for it right now. Looks like the teamwork finally catching up to the Union.
Marco and Lionel calling for maybe a double suplex here attempt, but it's going to be hard to lift the Big Mac up. And Mac reverses it, suplexes both of the Howletts. What an impressive feat of strength by Mac of the Union.
Each of those guys over 225 pounds, if not more, and he handled them both easily. I'm telling you, this guy has got power to spare. He's really cooking right now.
Splashing Marco into the corner. tags in his partner, Joe. Maybe Joe's recovered enough so they can score some much-needed double-team offense here. Catches a high cross body
He's
block.
caught Marco. Marco not getting a get out of this one.
This
Fall-away
fall-away
slam.
here. Looks like Joe's going for a crotches Mac on that steel ring post and prevents him from doing a moonsault. What are the Howletts doing here? Sidewalk slam position. Going to the top rope, leg drop, sidewalk slam combination. This could be it, 2, 3.
Wow.
And the Howletts beat the union of Mac and Joe. What an impressive debut by these two bruisers for California.
Very, very impressive matchup right there. The Union, two big, strong, tough guys known for taking the fight to people, and they took it right to the Union, and they come away with the victory. All three of them right there with their hands raised. That is Daniela in the middle, Lionel and Marco. The Howletts are putting everybody, singles, tag competition, everybody on notice right here from the Howletts.
What a scary prospect this could be, that if they get their hands on the Royal Bloods, they could be heading for tag team gold here in Kansas City. And give it up for Mac and Joe. They fought valiantly, but the Howletts at the end of the day were just too much.
Royal Blood, take a look at your future. You got two big, tough, mean, crazy individuals, and they are looking right for you. How are you going to respond? Well, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we?
The Howletts have made their mark here on the National Wrestling League. We'll be right back, folks, with our next matchup.